Hello, everybody. I think we're at a point where we're going to start really giving you more detail as to why YAH has called us. I say this, my wife, I, and our children. But let me start by saying his plan is, so what we are doing and what he's called us to do and what he's called me to do is to tear down the walls and strongholds before Yahshua returns. And so in that, this began for us, this journey began for us at the beginning of 2020 when the shot began. But even before then, we can go way back to when he sent us, for those who are just seeing this for the first time, who don't kind of know our background, he sent us to Nairobi, Kenya back in 2002. We were there for 3 years. And so that part was the preparation part of, this is the beginning preparation. And so fast forward until the time that we returned from Nairobi, Kenya in November of 2005 up until 2020, we were in seclusion, we were in the desert, we were going through our period where some of the things that we shared with you, where he scourged us. He I guess I would say he really put it to us. But he told us that he scourged us to approve us to all those who hate him, Yahshua, and his covenant people. And so now, in terms of what we have done over the last 3 years, is pretty much reestablish the presence of YAH. Reestablish the presence of Yahshua. And so we left from my home state of Michigan, and he sent us to Texas. And we were in Texas we thought we were going to be there for 3 years, but he cut that short, and we were there for a little bit over 17 months. But in that time, we were in Lake Dallas, Louisville, Tyler, and then Denton. And some of those we would go back and forth, but we were there for, like I said, about 17 months or so. And in that, part of what he has me do is to walk the land and at the same time blow my shofar. So this is my weapon. This is what I guess he calls the giant killer. And so in that, one of the first things I want to let you all know is that we're paving the spiritual way for the physical exodus. And so he sends us to a place. He has, in terms of using me, my wife, and our children in certain ways and aspects, we tear down the walls. I tear down the walls. And one of the things on June the 13th of 2020, this is what the Archangel Michael said to me. He said, "Sir, we are here. I, the commander of the Most High," and then he put in the legions, the army, "the Most High shall escort thee." So in that time when the physical exodus starts to happen, Michael's going to lead the way for us as a nation. So I just want to give you that. And then from there, I'm going to just share with you and give you more understanding of what we are doing. He has sent us to Texas. We left Memphis, Tennessee, and he also sent us to Virginia. And in Virginia, we were in McLean and Hurden. And McLean is outside of Washington, D.C. So in the time that he sent us to Virginia, we went to the Capitol. We walked that land. There were certain buildings that he had us walk through. He had us walk by the White House. He sent us to the U.S. Capitol. Then we walked the monument, the Lincoln Memorial, and other areas of that area. We walked the land. That allowed him, his presence, to be upon that land. And then from that, what he said on January the 16th of 2022, he said, "You have penetrated the power sanctum of the realm which envelops Washington, D.C. You have broken through. Satan tried to kill you. You have penetrated the realm of the Vatican." And so some of these things that he gives us are very, very abstract. But in that video we filmed earlier, and I gave you that of 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1, where it talks about and how Paul phrased it. He says, the apostles are the vessels of his hiddenness, his secrets. And what Paul was saying, he shares these things with us in a certain way, in a certain dimension. And so he said that we were part of the Vatican. He says also on that same day, he was saying, "You have cut the beast's belly wide open." And so we have been battling in this phase for almost 3 years. And then he said let me see, he goes from, I dated that January the 16th, but on the 19th of that same month, excuse me, not the 19th, the January the 9th of 2022, he says, "Your footprint is upon Virginia." So my footprint is YAH's footprint upon Virginia. He said, "You are in their system, which will lead you to the President of the United States of America." And so in his strategic moves with us, he sets us up. He positions us for the forthcoming things he wants us to do. And then the next part of that, he said, "For you, pain is an indicator of success and victory. You carry your scars quite well. You and your family are on a fast track. Time is extremely short." And then he said, on your behalf, I must scratch that. He says, "I give you the authority to kill all opposition to the reestablishing of my kingdom and returning my covenant people home." Then he said, "Time is extremely short." Then from there, he went on to say, this is the when we were in Memphis, Tennessee, it was April 24th of last year of 2022. He said, "There is no returning to the past. You are of the future." He says, "You are rich. You possess the spiritual DNA for reestablishing my new kingdom. You are my seed for the future of the nation of Israel." He said, "If you die, the nation of Israel dies. You can't go back. You are the future. Embrace your calling." You must embrace the future. Though I give you snippets, push forward. We are one. Nothing can stop thee. That of what you see and dislike is the burden you must bear. You shall never fail me. Then he went on to say, Memphis is foul. Everywhere I send you is foul. The earth is foul. Then he goes on to say, you have destroyed the realm that oppressed you there years ago. Time is extremely short. The realm was an ancient power. It meant to oppress my covenant people. Your presence destroyed it. He said, this realm is a realm of slavery. My fallen one cast it upon my covenant people in Egypt. I allowed it. You are destroying ancient powers and realms with each step you take and with each breath you breathe. You are me, and you are me, and we are one. And then he said, you are penetrating the realm that existed in the garden with Adam, Eve, and the serpent, my fallen one, Satan. Dimensionally, you are able to move anywhere at any time because you are us. You have become timeless in tearing down the walls, strongholds, and reestablishing my kingdom. Satan established a realm in my lovely garden because of the disobedience of Adam and Eve. This realm was meant to destroy my covenant people. I allowed it. My ways are beyond all. Nothing can stop you from reestablishing my kingdom and returning my covenant people back to their covenant land. He says, I want blood. Nothing I have you do is in vain. I am the master. You are my vessel to destroy ancient realms, curses, powers, and prophecies. What you feel at times is the destruction of these things. You are in the weird zone or zones. Things you feel you cannot understand, but know you are destroying the invisible. You are reestablishing my kingdom. The human part of you feels this through pain. As the pain increases, know you are reestablishing my kingdom for my covenant people. You have become ancient. In the way Enoch moved spiritually, you now move in the same way. I repeat, you are in the weird zone. And then to conclude this part, I guess, once again, just trying to start to explain and clarify how he's using us in terms of for the Exodus. And so spiritually, we are establishing the physical Exodus with great battle. I mean, the battles are just, they're tough. Okay, this is, I guess, this is dated April the 30th of 2022. He said, this is the period of tribulation. My time is not their time. Their time is not my time. Their time is off. The earth has rejected man's time. Satan and his minions are masters of delusion. I, Yah, allow their actions. I am the master. Then he talks about Christianity is a great delusion. Christianity is an evil power. I have allowed its existence. It is a tool I use to separate the wheat from the chaff. Many of my covenant people shall perish because of their embracement of Christianity. Like many of their forefathers, my covenant people are dumb as rocks. My son, you are in a bastion where my covenant people do not want the truth. Like their forefathers, when I sent YAHSHUA to rescue them, they rejected him, me, and the truth. They must perish. He says, my ways are meant to be incomprehensible. I am Yah. My ways are incomprehensible. Then he said, you leave this place very, very soon. Time is extremely, extremely, extremely short. Heed my words. You will be far from Tennessee in the blink of an eye. And so that was last April, and here we are now in Nuremberg, Germany. And then he goes on to say here, let's see. My son, as you move, you blink at the earth world with my presence. You are cleansing this world for my return. You are my ambassador to reconcile my earth to my heaven. My son, you are leaving very, very soon. I am shortening time. I am shortening the time you'll be in Memphis. This I do for you. I know your pain. I understand your thoughts. He said, you must endure. We are one. I honor thy wants this day. We honor thee, for you have honored us. And then last, May of last year, the 12th of 2022, he said, it's almost time to leave the Home Depot. You are not going to have a heart attack. What you feel is the pain of Memphis. My people are greatly oppressed. They are in bondage as if they were in Egypt. You are in the belly of the beast. You are already triumphant. And with that, I'm going to conclude these particular prophecies. We have probably well over 15 years of things that he has given us. And so I guess precept by precept and bit by bit, Charles and I will express those to you and give you revelations upon these things as he leads us. But this is just part of trying to convey and try to start helping you all understand what we are doing for the sake of YAH and YAHSHUA in the forthcoming kingdom. And so in that I say, peace be upon you all, or shalom.